Fun fact, these are actually heatless curls. I did not use a curling iron and I am so happy with the results. Hi everybody, welcome back. I know I've been a little MIA on my makeup looks on Instagram and on making my little tutorials. I've just had a couple of stuff going on. I also enrolled in esthetician school. I'll be starting in June, so I'm really excited about that. I also wanted to give my skin a little bit of a breather. I was breaking out a lot and I kind of wanted to not irritate my skin even more with makeup or anything like that, so I kind of took a little bit of a break. But yeah, I'm back and I'm back with my little tutorials, and I really hope you like this look. This is the look I'm going to be showing you how to do today. It gives me ocean vibes, so I really like how this came out. I kind of winged it today. I didn't have like a look that I kind of like told myself I was gonna do. I kind of just did, you know, I let my creative juice flow a little bit, and I did a cut crease. I put glitter on the lid, and I really like how this came out, like, and I hope you do too. And if you like the look, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe down below to Eileen's makeup looks. You know, any support I get, I really appreciate it, and I just want to let you know that any like, any comment, any subscribe, any views, I really appreciate it all. And yeah, let's just get right into the look. Okay, so like I've done so before, we're gonna start off with eyebrows, and I'm gonna go in with my usual pencil, my Benefit Precisely My Brow pencil, and I'm gonna underline underneath my eyebrows, and then I'm gonna go ahead and fill them in, fill in the top, and then fill in wherever it's needed, and I brush them out and I brush them upwards. And like I've done before, I don't really fill them in too much in my inner brow, just because I want it to look as natural as possible. And the next step that I do is I'm going to go in with the Louise base in Rumour 2, and with a flat angled brush I'm going to underline underneath my eyebrow to clean it up. I used to not carve out underneath my brows, but it makes a huge difference. I pluck my eyebrows to clean them, but let's say if I haven't had time to do so, this helps to kind of hide the little hairs. So after I clean up my eyebrows with the P. Louise base, I also apply it all over my eyelids, just so when I put on my eyeshadow, the colors pop. And to make sure that the product is evenly distributed, I pat it in with a small beauty sponge. So the eyeshadow palette that I'm going to be using is Colourpop's Blue Moon eyeshadow palette, and the first color that I'm dipping into is Fine China. I'm going to be doing the windshield wiper technique, and I'm going to be going back and forth on top of my eyelid. I'm not going down onto my actual lid, just keeping it at the top. So I'm just going to be going back and forth and packing that color in and keeping it above my crease. And then we're going to wing it out just a tiny bit. So as I continue packing in the color, notice how I don't go close to my eyebrow. I do diffuse it a little bit, but I do not get close to the eyebrow, just because later on I do want to put highlighter right underneath just to accentuate the little arch in my eyebrow. So the next shade that I'm going to be going in with is Clued In. It's the darkest shade in the 9-pan palette, and I'm going to be putting that shade on top of Fine China, the first shade that I used. I'm going to be going back and forth doing the windshield wiper technique, and I'm also going to be doing circular motions just so that I could get those two colors blended in together. When you're working with a lighter shade and a darker shade like so, you want to make sure that you're blending as much as you need to, because I learned the hard way. I used to think that I blended enough, but I look back at my old pictures and you could see like definite harsh lines. So you want to make sure that you're blending as much as you need to, just to get rid of any of those harsh lines. I'm going to be using Vaseline to clean and cut the crease. Whenever I use darker colors, I use the Vaseline just to make sure that my eyelid is extra clean, because I'm going to reapply my Louise base. I know I put it on and I know I have removed it again, but I put it back on and I just don't want the base to be turning blue. I want it as clean as possible. So I'm reapplying my base, and on this step I take my time with it just because I don't want the base to get on my eyeshadow. So I'm using a flat brush to apply the base again, and I'm doing it very carefully because I want to apply it as close to the crease as possible, but being careful that I don't get it onto my eyeshadow. Sometimes I'm kind of shocked that I'm actually doing cut creases, just because when I started doing my makeup and I started seeing all these different eyeshadows that you could do, I didn't feel like I was capable of doing it just because of my eye shape. And like now that I do it, it kind of surprises me still. But you know what? As cheesy as it may sound, anything is really possible. And like I've done before, I'm gonna go in to smooth everything out with a small beauty sponge. Next, we're gonna be using Colourpop's Butter Me Up palette. And for this look, we're gonna be using the NYX glitter glue to apply that glitter, just so that it holds all that glitter in place. And I'm gonna apply it all over the lid and just a tiny bit where I winged it out. Here's an up close on how it should look. Next is curling them lashes, and we're applying mascara. I'm using Too Faced Damn Girl mascara. It's a love-hate relationship with this mascara because I feel like the brush is really thick, and I actually poked my eye once. But as far as volumizing my lashes, I feel like it really does the job. I'm using Miss Emily Paint's cosmetic lashes in the style Fifi, and I put on my lashes off camera. And for primer, we're using my favorite, and it is Makeup Forever's smoothing primer, and I'm applying it all over my face, my forehead, everywhere. So I'm gonna be using Nars Soft Matte Foundation. The first 3 times that I tried this foundation, I hated it. But that was only because I was using the wrong primer with it. I was using e.l.f.'s Luminous Putty Primer, and it was just not working for me. I did not like how it felt on my skin. I didn't like how it looked, but then I gave it one last shot, and I used the Makeup Forever primer with it, and I just loved how it looked. For concealer, I'm using Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and I'm gonna apply it under my eyes. And we're gonna blend that baby out. For powder, I'm going to be using my usual Huda Beauty Easy Bake setting powder. And with the concealer brush, I'm going to be lightly setting underneath my eyes where I put that concealer. And with a powder brush, I'm going to be applying that powder all over my face. I'm going to be using LA Girl's Neon Shockwave eyeliner in the color Electric, and I'm going to be applying it in my waterlines. I usually don't wear eyeliner in my waterlines just because my eyes tend to water sometimes and then it ends up just smudging underneath my eyes. But I left this look on for a couple of hours after I did the look, and it did not budge at all. This eyeliner made my eye pop. We're going to smoke out underneath the eyes next. We're using the darkest shade first, Clued In. Now going in with the shade Fine China and blend them out. Okay, so now I'm going to contour with the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette. So I prefer powder contour than using like liquid contour or cream contour. But anyways, contour is just for defining like your cheekbones. What I like to do is my cheekbones around my forehead and on my jawline, just to enhance those features. And I'm using my favorite blush, the Milani Baked Blush in Dolce Pink. This blush does have a little bit of shimmer in it, which I really like because I feel like it really throws some color on my face, and I just enjoy this color so much. And I'm applying it on my cheekbones, and I'm not applying it lower than the apples of my cheeks. I want to give it a more lifted look. I'm using the Kndr Glow highlight palette. I got it in my BoxyCharm, and I actually really like the highlight shades that it came with. And I'm using the shade Kindly. I'm gonna apply the highlight underneath my eyebrows in the arch. I'm gonna apply it on the tip of my nose, on my cupid's bow, and on my cheekbones. What I really like about this highlight palette is that the shades apply very softly and very subtly. They're not so bright, which I really like. I'm using the LA Girl lip liner in Nonstop Nude. If you're looking for really creamy lip liners, these ones are really good. I highly recommend. They're not drying and they're long lasting as well. My favorite part, I'm going to be using the NYX Lingerie XXL in the color Undressed. These are long lasting, they are waterproof, and they are transfer proof. I put it to the test and it did not come off at all. A lot of the reviews did say that they were drying. However, I exfoliated my lips before I put this on, and I also applied a lip balm, and that helped for it to not look cracked and really dry. And that actually concludes my tutorial for today. I really hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And again, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe down below to Eileen's makeup looks. Alright, and I hope you have a week as lovely as yourselves. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you who watched. It means so much to me. And yeah, I'll see you on my next tutorial. Thank you.